You are just going to cost yourself and your family time and money if you string your claims out by filing one, getting that all the way through the VA system, and then filing another one. Let's say, for example, you have a sinus condition that causes headaches. In that situation, we would say the sinus condition is the primary condition and the headache condition is a secondary condition. So don't just file a claim for the sinus condition, wait till that's done, and then file for the headache condition. File them both at the same time. I've spoken to several people recently who seem to be under the impression that you want to work the primary claim first, or the primary condition first. Get it fully resolved, and then work on the secondary condition. And you don't have to do that. And people that say you do, I mean, that is just absolutely not true. And not only is it not true, it's a terrible idea. What if the VA takes years to decide your sinus claim, to stick with the same example? Now, you've got your effective date anchored to the date you filed, and that's great. You'll get past due benefits back to that date, so you're all good there. But if you file them at the same time, when you eventually also win the headache claim, that claim would also go back to the original effective date. And so if you wait, you're really just costing yourself time that the condition is not service connected and potentially a significant amount of past due benefits. I also hear people talk about a similar strategy when it comes to easy claims versus hard claims. They might have claims for, we'll say, tinnitus, knee condition, and sleep apnea. And they might say, well, the tinnitus and the knee claim will be easy, so I'll get them knocked out first, and then I'll turn my attention to the sleep apnea claim, and we'll go from there. Again, this is a terrible idea. You're going to just hurt yourself in the long run. A couple of thoughts. I'll say that knee claims aren't necessarily easy claims, especially if you've been out of the service for a while. The VA loves to deny those, and some of the longest fights I'm involved with are joint conditions because there's not a lot of medical records to support it. We're relying on statements. And despite the rules, VA examiners don't want to look at statements, don't want to rely on them. But I'm off track. So for the sake of argument, you've got your easy claims of tinnitus and the knee, but don't underestimate the VA's ability to mess up an easy claim. Now, I'm hard on the VA, and I will say the VA does get a lot of things right, and I've seen them get things right the first time on some pretty complicated claims, and it's floored me, and I love it. I love to be surprised when the VA gets it right. But I've also seen them get really obvious things wrong. I'm working with several veterans right now where the VA can't even request the correct C&P exam. Now, we'll have remand instructions that say, ask for an exam that answers this specific question, and that specific question is nowhere near the exam request, and nothing close to it is even in there. And I'm off track again. It happens a lot. My point is, just because you think it's an easy claim, and even if it is objectively absolutely an easy claim, doesn't mean the VA won't mess it up. So again, if you're working your easy claims and they take a lot longer than you think you will, than you think they will, you're just delaying the earliest possible time you can get your harder claim going and get it decided in your favor. And on that note, I would add that if a claim is going to be hard, that's even more reason to get it in the pipeline sooner, start fighting it sooner so that you can actually win that claim faster. So to put VA disability claims in a nutshell, the way I see it is, if the Army broke it, it's the VA's job to fix it. And don't let the VA off the hook. Make them do their jobs. As soon as you think you have a claim or a disability that was caused by your service, or that was caused by an already service-connected disability, or is something you had before you went in the service, but now it's worse. As soon as you have one of those, file it. And file them all at once. There's no cap on the amount of claims that you can file at any given time. Get these things on the table and start getting decisions. And if you get a denial, figure out why and start working an appeal. And I will say it's very important to make sure you understand why the VA denied something before you just start blindly acting after you get a decision and filing various appeals. So this video may be a little more rambling than normal. I haven't released in a while, and I'm trying to look at ways where I can up my video output, because I do like to do them, but also get the rest of my work done. So that's why if this one feels a little different, that's probably why. In any case, if you would like me to help you with your VA disability claim, you can reach out to me through the links below. I'm Al Walsh. Thanks for watching. Oh, and that back there is Loki. He's head of HR, and that's how he does his job, sleeping.